Alright, you lot, gather round, because today we've got a proper gem for you. It's time for Twonk Week, where we shine a big old spotlight on someone so deluded they've probably got a subscription to their own fan club. And this week's star? Oh, you're in for a treat. Picture this. A self-proclaimed game developer who reckons they're Activision royalty. Punchline? They've decided to pick a fight with yours truly. Yeah, because that's going to end well. But before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe and all that bollocks. It helps the channel grow and keeps laughs coming. Go on, I'll wait. Got it? Good. Now let's dive head first into Cringe Factory, shall we? Right then, let's get stuck in, cause this one's got more layers than a dodgy lasagna. So our Twonk Week goes by the name of Your Last Day 2866. Creative, innit? And first thing this absolute titan of intellect declares is that Black Ops 6 is awesome, only kids don't like it. Are you above 16? Now let's unpack that. First off, I didn't realise quality of a game was determined by how many teenagers rate it on TikTok. If Black Ops 6 is so flawless, why is it treated like that one ugly Christmas jumper your nan insists you wear? And as for only kids don't like it line, brilliant logic. By that standard, if I don't enjoy eating sugar-filled cereal at midnight, I must secretly be a pensioner. Mate, your argument has more holes in it than a pair of Primark socks. It goes on to claim 99% of YouTube is fake. Well, congratulations, Sherlock, you've cracked code. I guess real conspiracy is people daring to critique digital bin fire that is Black Ops 6. How dare we? Then there's his next banger. Dude doesn't even know what assembly is, and he's talking shit. Assembly? What, like flat pack furniture? Oh, wait, you mean assembly language? Because that's gold standard for game dev knowledge these days. Forget Unreal Engine, lads. It's all about BASIC and Commodore 64. Nice try, champ, but waving a technical term around don't make you an expert. Just makes you sound like you googled it 5 minutes ago. Oh, but wait, there's more. Our resident genius doubles down with a truly earth-shattering observation. Keep trying to be a YouTuber. Maybe someday you'll move on and learn some real skills for life. Good luck. Real skills for life? Oh, you mean like spending my time crafting entertaining content for actual people instead of slinging cheap insults on internet? Tell me, Twonk, what real skills have you mastered exactly? Is it fine art or opening Twitter tabs at lightning speed? Or perhaps your uncanny ability to plagiarise talking points from Reddit? Whatever it is, mate, I'm sure your CV is riveting. Professional troll, 2016 to present, specialising in delusions of grandeur and unsolicited life advice. And can we talk about the sheer audacity of this lad throwing word hypocrite at me? He goes, you made a whole video dissing a game and now you say I spend more time critiquing others than contributing anything of value. Dubious. Oh, dubious. Somebody's been using the word at day calendar. Mate, there's a massive difference between me tearing apart a poorly made game for laughs and you prattling on about how your secret genius Activision apparently forgot to put on payroll. Look, Twonk, I know this might be a tough pill to swallow, but people actually enjoy what I do. Sure, I might not be sitting on a pile of millions or claiming to develop games without evidence, but I'm here, pouring in graft and having a laugh while I'm at it. You? You just noise in background, faint buzzing sound that occasionally gets swatted away for fun. So keep coming at me with your real skills and dubious accusations, mate. It's honestly adorable how hard you're trying. Meanwhile, I'll keep doing what I do best, entertaining actual people while you scream into the void. Now, let's crank it up a notch, because our pal Twonk hadn't just stumbled into the spotlight, he's practically dragged himself here, begging to be roasted. And honestly, who am I to deny man his moment of infamy? So after all nonsense about how I should learn real skills, he hits us with this gem. I told you what I do for a living, you don't want to believe it? That's your issue, not mine. Oh, I see, it's my issue. How silly of me. Here I was thinking burden of proof warrant person making claim. But no, apparently all I need do is blindly accept that you're some kind of game development prodigy because you said so. That's totally how the world works, right? I suppose by that logic I'm King of England. Bow down, peasants. But let's get one thing straight, Twonk. You don't get to waltz into me comments with zero receipts. spout vague nonsense about game dev and expect to stand innovation. You're about as convincing as a politician promising tax cuts. And where's your proof? Portfolio? A LinkedIn profile that don't scream created yesterday? A single shred of evidence? No? Shocker. An absolute cherry on top. But where your editing sucks. Oh no, not my editing. However will I recover from such a devastating critique from an anonymous account with 3 short videos, no project, and 0 credibility? I'm quaking in my boots, mate. Clearly, your vast experience in pretending to develop games makes you an expert in editing too. Is there aught you can't do, apart from back up your claim? Honestly, it's adorable how much effort you've put into trying to insult me. But here's the thing, Twonk. Throwing shade from shadows isn't exactly the flex you think it is. If you're so good at what you do, why not let your work speak for itself? Oh, wait, I forgot you need actual work for that. So keep shouting from your virtual soapbox, mate. Rest of us will be over here laughing at your expense and enjoying the show. Meanwhile, I'll keep making content that people actually enjoy. You? Well, you'll still be working in game development from comfort of your mum's Wi-Fi. Now, we've reached peak of this mountain of delusion, and let me tell you, the view from here is breathtaking. Our Twonk ain't just content with flinging weak insults. Oh, no. He's gone full on main character energy with this one. Brace yourselves for peace to resist on. I made some game you're talking shit about. Oh, did you really?
Where's my autograph book?
I suppose we should all bow down to creative genius who brought us broken mechanics, recycled maps, and microtransactions so aggressive they could double as debt collectors. Bravo, mate. Truly, you're a Picasso of pay to win. But let's get real for a second. If you're genuinely involved in Black Ops 6, why on earth are you wasting time bickering with me in comments? Shouldn't you be off debugging code, balancing weapons, or, I don't know, trying to fix matchmaking system that everyone hates? Or is this what you call community engagement? Because spoiler alert, it ain't working. Well, let's not forget this desperate attempt at mic drop. You better answer your fans, Mr. 172 Views. Mate, do you hear yourself? Answer your fans. You've clearly mistaken me for someone who owes you a shred of attention. Which, spoiler alert, I don't. But hey, since you're so fixated on my view count, let me do some quick maths for you. Even if I had 172 views on every video, that's still 172 more people interested in what I have to say than anyone's ever been about you. And let's face it, mate, your obsession with numbers isn't just sad, downright ironic. Here you are banging on about real skill and success, yet your greatest achievement to date is getting roasted by someone with only 172 views. Talk about punching down and still losing faith. But, you know, maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe Twonk is just misunderstood. A lone visionary toiling away in obscurity, tragically overlooked by an ungrateful gaming community. Or maybe he's just a bloke with too much time on his hands and an ego bigger than Activision's quarterly revenue goal. I'll let you decide. So what have we learned so far? That empty boasts and bad banter are Twonk's bread and butter. But don't worry, folks, we're not done yet. Because if there's one thing our mate Twonk desperately needs, it's a reality check. And luckily for him, I got one with his name on it. It's Thing Your Last Day 2866. Game development, real game development, ain't some badger honour you flash around to win internet arguments. It's a grind, a collaborative effort by thousands of talented people who work their asses off to create something worth playing. If you truly were one of them, you'd know that. Instead, you're here whining in me comments like a bloke who's just realised his free trial of Photoshop expired. But let's entertain fantasy for a moment. Let's pretend you really did make some game I've critiqued. Do you seriously think that makes you immune to criticism? Newsflash, mate. Being part of dev team don't mean final product is above reproach. If out, it makes you more accountable for dumpster fire you've helped ignite. You don't get to slap your name on shoddy work and then cry foul when people call it art. That's not how it works. And let's talk about your obsession with my so-called lack of real skills. Oh, the irony. Here I am creating content, building a community and keeping people entertained while you're in comments section playing pretend developer. Mate, if you spent half as much time improving your craft as you do typing out those tragic little rants, you might actually be worth listening to. But now, instead you're here, clutching at straws, trying to insult my editing, my views, and my supposed lack of industry knowledge. It's almost impressive how consistently wrong you are. Almost. Because let's face it, your entire shtick boils down to one thing: projecting your insecurities onto someone who's actually putting in work. Let me spell it out for you, mate. You're not fooling anyone. Not me, not viewers, and certainly not yourself. Deep down, you know you're out of your depth. That's why you keep doubling down, hoping that if you shout loud enough, people might mistake it for confidence. Spoiler alert, they won't. Here's my advice. Free of charge. Stop trying to punch up when you're barely capable of punching straight. Work on yourself. Learn to take criticism. Maybe, just maybe, you'll eventually have something worth bragging about. Until then, you're just another internet loudmouth. And I got plenty more where you came from. Now, where were we? Rate is fixation on my subscriber count. 1.46k subscribers and 195 videos. This is not success. Bless you, mate. If you think success is purely about numbers, no wonder you're stuck playing make-believe in my comment section. Here's a little life lesson for you. Success isn't about having millions of subscribers or views. It's about building something you're proud of and having people who genuinely value what you do. And let me tell you, people who watch my content, they're here because they want to be. They're not just clicking out of boredom or because some algorithm shoved me in the face. They're here because they enjoy what I bring to the table. Meanwhile, you're over there, desperate for attention, flailing around like a toddler who dropped his dummy. Oh, and let's not forget piece de resistance, his smug little quip about me needing to move on and learn real skills for life. Alright, mate, let's play that game. My real skills have built a platform where I can share my thoughts, make people laugh, and let's be honest, roast twonks like you for everyone's entertainment. What have your real skills brought you? A one-way ticket to me comment section, where your big claim to fame is pretending to work for Activision. Bravo, mate. Truly inspiring. Look, I get it. You thought you'd stroll into me comments, drop a few half-baked insults, and walk away with a win. But here's the thing. If you come at me, you better come correct. Because when you step into arena, I don't just clap back. I bring receipts, punchlines, and spotlight big enough to illuminate all your nonsense for the world to see. See, it's deal, twonk. You can keep spouting your drivel if it makes you feel better, but know this. Every time you do, you're not proving me wrong, you're proving me right. And trust me, mate, internet's loving every second of it. Well, there you have it, folks. Rise and fall of your last day 2866. Cautionary tale for anyone tempted to wander into me comments unprepared. We've laughed, we've cringed, and we've learned one very important lesson. If you can't handle eat, stay hell out at kitchen. Now, before you lot disappear off to play some actual games or roast your own local twonk, let me know in comments what you thought of today's episode. Did your last day 2866 earn twonk at week brown, or have you seen worse? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell. You won't want to miss more of me charm, would you? And hey, if you've got questions, critiques, or even your own wannabe keyboard warrior to nominate, drop them below. Who knows? Your suggestions might just feature in a future video. Until then, stay brilliant, stay cheeky, and for the love of all things gaming, don't be a twonk. I'll see you next time, you magnificent.